Many people are working for God without his notice. Jesus was by the well of Jacob and he met a woman. She was a Samaritan. Jesus said, you Samaritans worship a God you do not know, but we Jews worship a God that we know. Many people serve God without his knowledge. God rewards service. For every seed sown, there is a proportionate harvest. But many are serving a God they do not know. Jesus told her, you are serving a God you don't know. That is, you serve God, but God is not aware. Unless you get God's attention, anything you do for him, he will not be aware. God is not enticed by human standard of things. You cannot entice God by human kindness, by human generosity. Many people are wasting their time. You may pray all day, fast 40 days and nights. Unless you act on God's word, you have missed the point. You may dance all day, give heavy offering. Unless your worship is in spirit and truth, God will not be aware. You can't change him. You can only change to suit him. God has a standard. God's standard is in his word. The greatest reason for serving God is because he commanded it. Are you serving God? Are you praying because you have some need? Are you praying because you have a challenge? Why are you praying? Why are you fasting? The greatest reason for serving Jesus is because he commanded it. So if you are not doing it because he commanded it, your reason will not move him. Tell somebody, God is not enticed. Many people approach God not knowing he is not existing in the realm of flesh and blood. So anything you do on the outside cannot get his attention. Whichever form you take in prayer, if your action is not genuine, God will not respond. When you sow in the spirit, expect to reap life in return. When you sow to the flesh, expect shame, corruption, and death. Your life is actually full of what you have been sowing. Jesus says, do what you want to be done to you. This person gives cup of water. Jesus now says he has a reward. Because Jesus says he has a reward, he has a reason to now what? Pray. Else, what are you praying for? Those who seek Jesus, those who pray, those who fast to Jesus, those who worship him, do so because there is a force pulling them. And what is that force? It is the spiritual reality of their expectation in him. When you don't have a spiritual witness of an expectation, you have no reason to pray. Your prayer is empty, void, and cannot get God's attention. If you have done the word, you have reason to pray. That is why we said you may pray, you may fast, but unless you act on God's word, you cannot get God to move. I have a covenant with Jesus. I'm not supposed to ask for anything outside the covenant. As a Christian, you have a covenant with Jesus, but many times your request, you can't find it here. Many times your lifestyle, we can't find it here. Many times what you are doing, we can't find it here.